after we try Dynablade, then we'll do Samurai Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
So 2-player. Pay attention to the power gauge and watch the pendulum. So matches, go ahead and do best out of 3. And so what you do is you do that. You target it. Wait for the targets to go. There's you, right? Do that. Bam. Crack.
Gosh dang it, Kirby!
Get your timing right. Bam. Go here now. Ah. I think you got that.
Just by a few. Nope, I didn't get this.
Have you seen the meme? Like, I guess it's not really a meme. I don't know if I'm just using the word meme because people post it a lot. How people talk about how in American box art Kirby always looks angrier.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then in Japanese box art, he looks like more like homely, like like a kid almost.
yeah, more cutesy.
Yeah.
A lot of that has to do with like how gaming press like used to evaluate things back then. There was sort of this like time period where like if you read old gaming magazines, like not really necessarily like Nintendo Power, but stuff like Electronic Gaming Monthly. There is a kind of attitude where it's like, ooh, you won that. I didn't expect that. I thought that was, I guess that big crack right there was already you. But there was this thing in gaming press at the time, right, where let's go ahead and finish it off with a 5-match. And then we'll go to Dynablade. But there was this thing in gaming press at the time where it was like Nintendo games are for kids, like are kiddie games, and so you should feel kind of ashamed of playing them. And there was also kind of an aversion to Japanese, like stereotypical Japanese anime art because it was seen as like
childish,
cartoonish and stuff. So that's why like you'll look at like compare like the Phantasy Star 4 box art in Japan to the Phantasy Star 4 box art in America, and like it's like the American box art is all like hyper realistic and it looks like something like it belongs like in a paperback book cover. Where the Japanese box art is more like manga style, like your typical manga style. Yeah. And so that was a very common thing back then. And so even with Kirby was affected, where they were like, no, we have to make Kirby look angry on the cover, so it looks a bit more like draw.
That's weird.
So it looks a bit more like mature, because otherwise kids will see this and be like, no, that's a baby game. I don't want to play that.
Yeah.
And Sega kind of took advantage of that sometimes too. Like if you look at the old ads for Sonic, they kind of portray Mario as like for babies.
Yeah. Which is ridiculous, but I guess that was the era.
Yeah. But that's where like the Play It Loud like ad campaign at the time started coming from too. Like the Play It Loud ad campaign during like the 90s on the Nintendo end was sort of a response to Sega, because before Nintendo wanted to portray themselves as more like family oriented, and part of the reason they were doing that was because that's how Atari used to do it.
Yeah.
But Sega came in and kind of was like, no, like, Nintendo's for babies, and Sega's for like, the cool kids.
The Game Boy Play It Loud series. What color is yours?
Yeah, which is very weird when you consider their difference later on with the Wii U to where they almost marketed it towards children.
Yeah. But when I was growing up, like right around the Super Nintendo, Game Boy Color era, play it loud and get into it campaigns, those were aimed more at trying to sort of make it like kind of like they had a bit of a punk rock sensibility to them, I guess you could say, um, and I would say that like a big reason Splatoon found a lot of appeal was because it almost seemed to harken back to some of that.
Yeah, I could see what you mean.
Yeah. Okay. So Dynablade is destroying all the crops. She must be stopped. Master the different abilities and defeat her. So this is the. We'll let this play for a second so you can get the story.
Dynablade.
I'm sure you're already familiar with Dynablade. She's appeared in other games.
No, more than likely then.
I think she's in Smash, like as a trophy or as an assist or something.
Oh, I never really dealt with much of the Smash trophy system.
Welcome to the beginner show. Have you mastered inhaling and flying?
Oh, of course.
Let's learn how to use the copy function. Enemies attack in various ways.
And those ways are cruel. So steal them.
Swallow them and devour them. I think they did retcon it to where Kirby, or like they did explain it that Kirby doesn't really eat them so much as he like sends them to another dimension or something.
I think that's eating them with extra steps.
Yeah, I think that the whole thing was like they did something like the anatomy of Kirby or whatever, where it's like his stomach is just a void. So so he can eat as much as he pleases, but even if he eats other people, he doesn't like kill them or hurt them.
Yeah. Probably a way to still keep it family friendly.
Yeah. So this is just explaining the different copy abilities. There's more than these throughout the game. Anytime during the game, by pressing start. Yeah. So I'm just letting this play for the sake of for our studio audience.
Yee. Well, there was that mic one.
Yeah. So what are you playing? So what are you streaming currently? I know I saw that you played like Alien Isolation or something the other day.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back to more of a normal stream schedule without like horror themed content. So, planning on going back to Pokemon. Want to do more Minecraft again, and I mean from there just whatever I feel like on any given day.
Yeah, that Pokemon fan game that you streamed a while back was really interesting. I thought that was I hadn't seen that before, where it was like an online MMO Pokemon game that was completely fan made.
Oh yeah, and that is very, very cool, and it's got a lot of community events. It's got a lot of content to be played. So I'm kind of happy that it's still a thing, and Nintendo hasn't figured out that they can like take it down.
They'll take it down when they're ready to copy it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just like they did with like Metroid 2.
Yeah, and the AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake.
Like you can always if Nintendo, here's the thing, if Nintendo goes on a spree of attacking like emulation sites or fan games of any kind, you can always bet that they have some announcement up their sleeve.
Oh yeah, like when they attacked the emulation sites, and now suddenly they have their online service, and also the expansion thereof with the N64 content. But still, I mean, it still is pretty much a shame to see those kinds of like fan-made projects go down.
I just don't really understand the logic too much. I think it's just weird. I don't really know what is, especially in the internet age now, where if you do that, it's much more publicized. And so if you're like consumer base, like if you do that, everybody knows about it, and then everybody has an opinion on it. That can't be good for your stocks. If
it's more of a detriment to their PR than it is actually a net positive. And I feel like they do it because of the copyright system, and if you don't necessarily actively enforce it, you could actually lose your copyright.
All right, so Kibble's back if you want to join in.
Yeah!
There you go.
I am the Kibble. But yeah, no. Nintendo's just very weird.
I remember when we were talking a while back about the lack of themes on the Switch.
And it's not like people won't pay for themes. We will pay for themes. I will pay for themes. And it only builds hype for games, you know?
And you brought up the good point, like they've done it before. Like on the 3DS, so why why are they not like it's incredibly easy.
And community members have I've created themes on the Switch. It's not hard.
Yeah, and I bring this story up sometimes when I talk about that, where years ago when I used to play like Magic the Gathering and stuff, one of the people who ran the card shop, a card shop that I used to play at, they brought up how years ago Wizards of the Coast was not making like official play mats and official like card protectors and all that stuff, and they would bring it up to, you know, card shop owners at like official events would bring it up, and to like the people at Wizards at these events, and they'd be like, well, yeah, wouldn't it be great, like, because back then it was all third party, you know, like, wouldn't it be great if you had like official playmats and official like card protector sleeves and all that stuff, and official dice and like life counters, like what the third, you know, instead of like having to like let the, you know, people having to buy just all third party stuff. And the Wizards of the Coast people apparently were like, huh, we never thought about that before. It's like, really?
Yeah, that's like an entire subsection of your market that you're missing out.
I don't know if you want Sword. You want to try Sword?
Yeah.
Let's see.
It reminds me of Legend of Zelda a little bit.
Yeah, well, obviously, look at this. He's supposed to look like Link.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And it even shoots. It even shoots like the Master Sword.
I could just shoot, yeah, like a flurry.
Yeah, and you jump up, and I think... Let me see. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's Hammer. Maybe I'm thinking of Hammer. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I think that's just like when you're in the water.
Or I think in the air. I don't know. Yeah, probably just the water then.
Yeah, but yeah, and you brought it up. You brought it up too. It's like you had themes and stuff with the 3DS, and you made a lot of money just selling them. They can't have been like too hard to like make and then keep up on like the servers and everything. It couldn't have been like super expensive.
Yeah, and I mean, worst case scenario, they would have to deal with like licensing, but even then, you could just let them dole it out at their own pace. The creators, the game owners, even, and then just take a cut like any other game company does, like 30, 50, 70%. And then just literally make money by doing nothing.
Okay, you dash, jump, and then do it.
Okay.
All right. So when we kill this guy, let me absorb him. Watch, this is another special ability. Cook.
Oh!
So watch this. Don't attack him. He spoils him.
Oh, Mia! Look at the cook I made.
And when I get stuff, you've noticed that, right? Where I go up to you and I basically go up and kiss you, or like I'm assuming he vomits in that vomit.
Oh,
and Kirby
like a bird,
like a freaking bird. And oh,
Good.
you can get some extra lives if you hit the bar at the right time. So, over here. This world is different from Spring Breeze. It's less linear. You have a bit of more of like a little Mario world kind of thing going on here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right, let me get him. Parasol. Ah. Oh, that. Watch. Jump at high distance and do that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's all sorts of little things these abilities can do that just are really entertaining.
Yeah, it's definitely created with a lot of love and attention.
Yeah, and if you're doing like you can also like sometimes discover like, oh, like if I do this, then Kirby kind of falls diagonally at a slightly faster pace. So if you're trying to get like a better time or something, you can take advantage of stuff like that. What's in this room? Oh, ninja. Hold on. Don't.
Sorry, it was instinct. I was like, something.
Kill
now. My ape brain.
So now you're a parasol. And then we get him. Ninja. So I throw kunai, and then I go like that, and then and then I can also like jump on walls. See? Hoop, hoop, hoop.
I like how these areas are specifically designed to train you.
Yeah, like when you get a new ability and everything. So I jump up here and then kind of hoop, 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 hoop. Parasol is one of the more classic abilities that I think it's appeared in most of the Kirby games. There's some abilities in this game that don't make a comeback into, in later games. At least not as much as like Parasol or Beam. Sword, it seems to be staple because the sword ability usually is associated with Meta Knight.
Yeah.
So they always make sure, like, especially if Meta Knight is going to make an appearance, that sword is an ability. Because that's, like, the thing is, like, I guess Kirby is, like, a master swordsman, and Meta Knight's, like, is like, ah.
Oh, I should have given you some health.
Okay, so that. You can go ahead and take that.
I am the ninja.
Yeah, and then mirror. And so watch this. Ha! I can do that. And what this does, right, if I can do it right, I think I can do this. And then that. Go over here.
Oh.
And big button. What does that button do?
Another area.
So we'll go after we finish this level. We can go there.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, Ninja can be a bit hard to use, but he has a good grab ability, like you just did. If you get close to them, go ahead and touch the bomb guy over there. There you go. Very good. I like how Kirby's cutter thing is just like this weird hat. And
Eyes.
Yeah, and you get to be like this like knight. Okay, scrolling screen. Now I don't know if you did this. Hold on, let me get this next guy that's up here. You can do that.
Huh.
So go over here.
I'm trying to test out all the abilities I could possibly do. I think this ability lets me rendezvous with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I think that's a thing you can do. There we go.
Oh, dang!
Yeah, there's a lot of like scenes where things are just blowing up and breaking apart and everything. It's great. Like the aesthetic. Oh, hold on. Oh, crap. Oh man, I wanted him. Let me see if I can get him to respawn again. Hold on. Let's look over here. Let me go back.
We leave and rejoin. Yeah, maybe.
Ah, crap. Killed him too soon. Well, we'll see him again. Oh, wait. Let me get him. So, wheel. So, I'll go over here.
Oh my goodness, you're the cool kid. You got like the what is
The
it?
backwards cap.
Yeah, and
But watch this.
It's like you're a yo-yo.
Yeah, watch this. Oh yeah, yo-yo's in this game. So take that. All right, so now you're the wheel, right? Now drive. Go as go. Go as fast as you can.
Ah!
So get over here, and then we get on you again. Now, when I was a kid, I always got confused when I got on the wheel, right? Let me jump on you. And Kirby's feet are right there, his little red feet. I always thought it looked like he had a mustache. I thought like they gave him like a biker mustache.